Oh, awesome. I am live. Welcome to today's live. Thanks for joining. Let me get that out of my way. I think I'm using my phone to say, so I'm going to make sure that it's set up correctly. Okay, what's that? Try another way of going live during your broadcast. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm using my cell phone today. Normally I'm on my computer, so I'm having all these messages popping up. But for today, want to take a look at, for tax professionals, especially people who are preparing tax returns and who are interested in, implementing, tax planning strategies for their clients. What are some of the initial steps that you can take? And a lot of time, you may be already doing some of these things, but you just haven't, formalized it. You haven't basically make it a separate thing in order for you to say, this is where, my value add is. So, one of the things that you can start doing that, while you're working with business clients, especially, to regardless if you're preparing a return or if you're just doing a year-end review for them, to look at some of the things that they're missing. And a lot of times we as tax professionals, we go ahead and do it. We go ahead and, include all the things, ask the questions and so forth. But the part that is really missing is we do not communicate it to the client as far as how much we have saved them just through those inquiries, just through us pressing harder to get additional information, just through us basically, doing our due diligence to go through all the information that they're providing, keep following up, even sometimes when they resist in giving certain information, that we're able to, factor that in and help them to save money. So as I said that, sometimes, you're already doing this, but the missing step is always, how do we communicate this and to say, these are the things that I look at that, you were able to get this year due to me doing these additional things. So once you start having those type of conversations when you're reviewing people return, even initially if you haven't start charging higher prices or anything like that, then you can start having these conversations with your existing clients so that at least they can start seeing what value you're adding to their business and what value you're adding for you being their accountant. So I think a lot of it has to do with, us, we like to go ahead and we like to do the work. We like to, get into the business of tax season or the business of doing our job, and then we don't let the clients know that that we're actually, even though you're prepared, because in their mind you're just preparing forms. That's all we're doing, just preparing forms. And it's sometimes a sad reality, because sometimes in your mind you're like, I just saved you whatever amount you saved them, and they're acting like you just completed some forms that you're thinking, So I would say that, just be purposeful of, making sure that you're highlighting these things just to educate them, because what you have to think about is that they don't know. Similar to how we don't know the ins and outs of their business, or the ins and out of, how they do things, that they don't know, what are some of the steps that we take, what things are basically extra service that we're doing. And they think that everything is just, preparing the forms. People that brings you a box of receipt and thinking that all you're doing is just preparing your returns. So, you should be able to comfortable start just communicating those extra steps that you're actually taking that will initially save them money. People like to not pay. People like to save money. People like to reduce their taxes. People like refunds. No matter how they try to convince themselves that they don't, people do like refunds. So take these extra steps. Make sure that even if it's $500, make sure that you always point it out. So when you're, reviewing your return, going over it, make sure that you point out all those extra things that you have done to make sure that they got the best filing position for their business and for their personal return. And that's one of the big ways that you can start adding value. That's one of the big way that will help them to start thinking about the conversation that you're having with them, and for them to say, I didn't know that. And then, you know, the mind starts open up, and, you know, it's just all a learning process, you know, for your clients, for you as well, that, you know, we can all do a much better job and showing them, so that one thing, they will understand, they will see the value that you're adding, and as well, and then when you try to add more value and offer additional services, then they will be able to go ahead and say yes much sooner. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining in. I don't want to bore you guys with these long live videos. Let me know if you have any questions. I am still taking polls and question and answers on the tax planning course for tax professionals, people who are doing individuals and people who are doing business returns. So if you have any questions about that, you can send me a direct message or comment below this video, and I will talk to you soon.